Hi, welcome back to second semester. And it's time to make sure your gradebook is set up so that when you start putting grades into it, you've got a place to put them and it calculates correctly. So we're going to go through the two big ones, which are your categories and your calc options. We'll set that up first. So the first thing is we sign in, go to your gradebook, and it probably looks something like this where you ended your semester and posted a grade. So we're going to go ahead and go here to second semester, and I'm going to choose a class that's not been set up yet. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up quarter 4 so that when I come back to this screen, I'm at a place where I'm going to start putting in assignments. So first thing is we go to our settings, which is this opens up and expands this section, and we're going to set up our categories first. And we're going to do this because I can set up categories for all my sections all at the same time. So what you'll see is you'll see the categories that you used for semester 1. If this is set as all, which it defaults to, you should see everything that you used. If you're going to continue to use those, just open one up. I'm going to open up assessments, and what you'll see is you'll see all of your courses. Now don't forget, this is a scroll bar, so you've got all of these, plus you've got stuff down here. Now this only shows quarter 1 and quarter 2. That's because we have not put anything in quarter 3 or 4 for second semester, and that's the B. So everything that's listed as an A is first semester. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check everything. I'm going to uncheck the things I don't need, which I don't need that. I don't need my seminars. And then I'm going to set this weight all at once as to being 70% of their quarter 4. Notice 1 and 2 are already checked. So now I've got it set as quarter 4. Everything is going to go into quarter 4. So now I'm going to say save, and it takes a few seconds to save all of those classes. So it'll pick up here, and it's going to take me back to this, and then I can set up my next one, which I'm going to say is my classwork and practice. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to check all my sections. I'm going to uncheck the couple here that I don't need, and remember it's a scroll, so if you have a long list, don't forget stuff at the bottom. I'm going to set it up for quarter 4, make sure everything's in the right place for quarter 4, and I'm going to go ahead and set everything to 20, not 200. Set everything to 20. The stuff that's not checked is grayed out in zeros. Quarter 4, save, and we'll let this do its thing. Okay, and the last one I'm going to make sure I do is my final exam, which is, as you know, its own separate grading task, and that's why these are all set at 100%. So I'm going to go ahead and set that there. I'm going to uncheck the ones that I don't use and don't have any students in. I'm going to set this as 100% so that it's already checked as EOC, and then I'm going to say save. I'm going to say OK for that because I've already got some stuff in one. Okay, now I've got assessment set, classwork and practice set, final exam set. These are my other categories. I'll set those up later. But let's go ahead and get into our grade calc options. Now I've got my categories all set. If you want to double check, you could go right here to, let's say, my 4th period, second semester, and there's my categories that I set up. Okay. Now I'm going to go to calc options, and this is something that you have to do for every single class. So the last set we did for all of our courses at once. Now we have to do them class by class. My recommendation is start at the top, your most first section, and just work your way down. So what we want to do is we want to show all so we can see all of our stuff. We're going to set stuff up for an in-progress grade, which is this guy right here. We're going to set the grading scale to be secondary alpha, which is the district posted grade scale. We're going to go ahead and say weight categories. Even if you only have one category, Everything needs to go into that, so we're going to use that. And then this composite column, we're going to leave unchecked until we get to the bottom, because our semester is a composite grade of the EOC, and in many of our cases quarter 4, but for some you might have the 3 and 4 separated as 2 distinct grading periods. And we'll look at how that works. So we want to check composite. We want to add, and this is where you would say quarter 3 if you're doing 2 quarters. I'm only doing 1, so I'm going to say quarter 4. I'm going to set the weight at 90%. I'm going to add EOC, and everybody will add this one. Weight that at 10%. Now we've got everything set up to calculate a grade. It knows how to do it with a percentage, and your categories tell you where to put your stuff, and we should be able to add an assignment. So now when I look at this, I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Now what I've got is my posted grade, an in-progress grade, and here's my 2 categories. I've got assessments, I've got classwork and practice, and those I can now add an assignment. So if I say add, it gives me the option just like you guys know how to do. Now, if I were to go to my 5th period, for example, okay, 7th period, that one's not set up yet. So if I try to add an assignment, it's going to open this up, but I won't have any categories. Well, looks like I do. Looks like it all came through. I must have set those up ahead of time. So that's pretty much it. Your calc options, your categories. If you try and add something that doesn't have a category or a calc option to it, it's going to ask you to set those categories up. And then if you need to, just back up a few minutes and look at it again. So from here on out, I think you guys are good to go. If you need any help, let any of us know, and we'll be happy to walk you through it. Bye.